at 18-2-0 take on the Arapahoe Warriors, coached by Kirk Bass, at 18-0-2. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Kramer, and joining me today is Holly Schock and Tom Stone from the Colorado Foxes. And Holly, the Cherry Creek Bruins, an exciting team.
Well, you said it, Dan. A very exciting team. They're more a complete team from what I have seen in the past. They play such a perfect soccer, you might say. They play control. They also have the Amy Jacobs and Kate Baruth who can score goals. But the key for Cherry Creek is going to be if they maintain their physical strengths, so they keep the passing and the accuracy going, they can make things happen. On the other hand, Tom will talk about the Arapahoe Warriors, and they can make things happen too.
They can make things happen too as well, the very talented Arapahoe Warriors.
Dan, there's no question about it. The key for Arapahoe's game today is defense. It starts with Lauren Siren in the back, and it's centered around Carrie Uppinghouse. If they can withstand the Cherry Creek attack, they can play with Cherry Creek. They're going to get their chances. Julie Walker, Anna Loring, Aubrey Holloman, they can score goals. But the key to Arapahoe is defense, and if they can come through there, we're going to see a tight match tonight.
All right, we're moments away from the girls 6A state soccer championship match. The Cherry Creek Bruins and the Arapahoe Warriors. Let's first take a look at the starting lineup for the Bruins. In goal, Meredith McPherson. The defenders, Nyasaki, Snyder, Roge, and Keller. The midfielders, McGuire, Mark Ciez, and Catherine McGuire. Up front, Amy Jacobs and the outstanding Katie Baruch. For the Arapahoe Warriors, Missy Belek, Lauren Siren, April Johnson, Sherry Cox, and Megan Wheeler make up the defense. At the midfield, Rachel Loring, Jody Hassmeyer, and Carrie Uppinghouse, the outstanding midfielder. Up front, Anna Loring, Holloman, and Julie Walker. Both teams have very good experience, not just during the season, but really in the off-season, off their club play. Several of these girls are on the regional team. Tom, a lot of talent on the field right now.
Well, there's no question. There's as much talent on the field right now, I think, as we'll see as you look at Kirk Bass. You talked about Peter Horvath talking a lot. Kirk's been known to pace the sidelines a bit himself, and he's quite an intense coach. And by the way, that's the key for Arapahoe. If they're going to compete, they've got to be intense.
They come out quick. The Cherry Creek Bruins in blue, the Arapahoe Warriors in the black and white. And so the Warriors will have the first throw in. They push it off and take it down into the Bruins territory. And right now, the Bruins trying to mount the attack and counter. Pushing it back up the other way is Amy Jacobs. Jacobs very active up front for the Bruins. Ball will go out on the far touchline. Quick throw in by Megan Wheeler. Let's come back and take a look at the Cherry Creek coach. And Holly, you know him very well.
Well, I do, and he brings a vast amount of experience. Werner Ehlig, of course, German, plays the German style. They play a very, very definite controlled soccer game. They strive on that passing game, and then they make things happen with Amy Jacobs and Katie Baruch up front there. Now, the key to this game for Cherry Creek, like I said before, is going to be the control of the game. If they can maintain that active passing game and get their front two to explode, we can see some goals on that side. And, Tom, you said on the other side, what can happen with the Cherry Creek, with the Arapahoe Warriors. They're so defensively strong in the back, but they also can score goals, and they've shown it all season. So if the Warriors could disrupt the Cherry Creek play, then it could go the way the Arapahoe Warriors would like to see it happen.
Well, you're right, Holly. You know, you talk about Arapahoe High School, you got to talk about how many times they've been here. Out of the last 16 state championships, Arapahoe girls have been in 9 of them, and they've won 4 and lost 4. The coaching staff, Stu Johnson, Kurt Bass, they've been here. The girls should not be shaken, but I'll tell you that the dominant play of Cherry Creek the past few weeks has made everybody stop and think. So for Arapahoe to be in this game, they've got to get through the first few minutes and realize, hey, this is just another excellent team that we're going to have to beat to be the state champions.
And we can do it with a lot of heart.
That's got to be a big key for them. On the other hand, Creek, you hit it right on the head. Ball possession type of team, like to knock the ball around, and Katie and Jacobs can kill you because they're both excellent finishers.
Uppinghouse bringing it back into the offensive half for the Warriors. On the ball right now is Julie Walker. Walker has really good speed out front, trying to step over the ball and send it out on the far side. It'll be Nasaki. Pushing it out by the Bruins, counter-attacking. Into the middle, stepping up. The Warriors. And picking up the ball, sending it back is Loring. Loring will move it to the outside. Settling the ball now is McGuire. Up front, look at Jacobs, takes down one defender, shakes her off like a fullback, brings it back. Amy Jacobs, the pretty play to the middle, and nice job of clearing it. The Warriors handball. Handball that time by Loring, and I wasn't sure if they were going to pick it up, but they were right there.
Well, Jacob's showing you right there while she scored 40 goals, and that's because she is a mean sucker. When she gets in the box, Dan, she is not afraid to knock you down and go for goal. She's a winner. She knows how to win, and she knows what it takes. To be honest with you, she doesn't really care who's between her and the goal. She's going to try to go around you or through you.
Good shot there of Amy Jacobs. She's the captain of this Bruin team. And sending it out is Bellick for the Warriors. Again, the Bruins putting pressure on, trying to cut it back in. For the Bruins is McGuire, and taking it out is Cox. They'll send it back into the middle. And so far, the Bruins, now they've got control of the game, have been attacking. Pushing it to the outside and clear. It'll be Megan Wheeler. Wheeler sending it over to Julie Walker. Walker not able to control it, but it will go off a Bruin player, so it'll be a quick throw-in on the far sideline. It looks like Audrey Holloman. Good shot there of the Arapahoe Warriors, and appropriately named, as the student body is really into this game. Right from the start, they've been into it.
I tell you, Dan, Arapahoe has easily got one of the best booster clubs and fan supporting systems, much like the Regis boys team when we come here for the finals games. Mary Uppinghouse, the president of the Arapahoe Booster Club there, they do a great job of motivating the school and the team.
Out to Loring. Loring has Holloman up front if she can get it to her. Stays with it. Goes down. And picking right up with it is McGuire. McGuire going down the outside. Good job. All of a sudden you see Holloman. Holloman going to the middle. Curtis calling for it. And a good job of clearing it by Niall Saki.
Well, I think Creek has had a fairly easy time getting to this final, Dan, and their defense is going to have their hands full because there's not one player that can hurt you. There's three up top. Anna Loring, Julie Walker, and Aubrey Holloman can all play, and they're very direct, and they're all physically gifted, and they can cause some problems.
There's Rachel Loring with a header to her sister, Anna Holloman, with the shoulder, no call. And pulling it out, trying to get things out the other end is McGuire. Here's Uppinghouse, an All-American as a junior. And Rachel Loring just taking kind of a clearing shot at the goal.
I think you saw there when Carey had the ball, Dan, Catherine McGuire came back to take it from her. That's a big key to Cherry Creek's game, is Catherine McGuire getting in the defensive end. She's not an overly physical player, but she's got to be involved in the defensive end, and you saw there she disrupted a good opportunity for Carey to have a shot.
34:03 to go. Bruins kicking it out of their own end. Now want to go off of Jacobs, throw into the Warriors on the near line. Taking the throw in will be Sherry Cox, the senior. Cherry Creek in blue. And again, it'll be a throw-in.
Dan, it's
by
interesting.
the Warriors.
I think the word on the street, Cherry Creek's the favorite tonight, I think, by what everybody says. But it's interesting to note that Arapahoe is undefeated. They haven't lost a game, and they managed to win the Arapahoe tournament, within which Cherry Creek was a participant, although I know that they were just getting their act together at that point, and Creek has had an extremely strong finish of the season.
The one thing that Werner Ehlig has been able to do as the coach of the Bruins is he knows what it takes to win a state championship. There's Jacobs. She wants the ball, and she gets it. Jacobs coming in from the right side. There's a shot. It's wide. Oh, what a block by Bellick. Tap in, and Bellick makes a beautiful save. Amy Jacobs with the power to the left post.
The thing about Missy Bellish, she got hit in the head in warm-up of the semifinal and has a knock on the side of her face the size of a golf ball. To make that save this early in the game has got to give her and the coaching staff a lot of confidence. That was a great save.
Ball still in the box, though, for the Bruins, and the ball was delivered to Amy Jacobs on the left wing. Pretty ball for the Warriors. But the Bruins are counterattacking, coming back very quickly. Loring not able to get a good foot on the ball. Quick throw in.
Holly, they weren't sure as late as yesterday afternoon if Missy could even play in goal. She got hit so hard that they were afraid that maybe she would have a medical reason not to play, but she's been cleared tonight.
But, Tom, you're absolutely right, because that save, they must have just given her 1,000% of confidence.
Fantastic save.
But, you know, going back to that play, too, when Amy Jacobs had that ball, she knew she was going to go for it. But also, Kate Peruth on the left wing came through. She was there to take up on the follow-up. A tremendous play by the Bruins.
One thing we might mention about Katie Baruth, she was in this game last year, but for a different team, for Oberlin. So Baruth now playing for the Bruins, and pushing it out of the back very nicely is Ciaz. And the call is made. The Bruins will maintain possession. Now we have a chance. Let's come back and look at this goal by Jacobs on a beautiful through ball.
Shot on goal.
To the outside. Now look at Jacobs taking her time and coming across, trying to cut her off. Is Siren, but Jacobs times it. Look at the save by Bellich. Missy Bellich right now is the player of the game. And Uppinghouse sends it to the outside, gives the defense a chance to regroup. But so far, Tom, Cherry Creek has been the aggressor.
You're absolutely right, Dan. But also, I feel if Cherry Creek can maintain the speed they have done so far with also the accurate passing, and if they get 2 goals in there real quickly, I think Arapahoe needs to find out to disrupt that type of play, to disrupt their play in counterattack.
You're absolutely right, Holly. If one of these two teams can keep up the pace, it's Arapahoe, an extremely fit team. The question will be if Cherry Creek doesn't score early like they usually do, can they continue this kind of pace? Because if they can, you can't stop them.
You can't stop.
If Creek can play at this pace all day, it could be a great game for them. But that's a question mark.
And like you have said before, Tom, that is the strength Arapahoe has been doing all season, and that's why they haven't lost the game.
You're absolutely correct.
Uppinghouse trying to run it down in the middle. Staying on the ball is Walker. McGuire clearing it for the Bruins. Back up to the outside. To Loring trying to get the left foot cross. It's coming. It's in the middle. It's down on the turf. Uppinghouse comes in, powers it, and a couple of Bruins players go down, as well as a Warrior. Still down. Uppinghouse powering away through. Ball still down. It's in the box. Everybody's scrambling. No call. What a play.
What a great
Here
sequence.
comes a chip shot. You bet. What a play.
You know, one of the most exciting things to me happened in these 2 games so far today. We have excitement from the time the whistle blows.
McPherson did an outstanding job in goal that time for the Bruins.
Give credit to the Cherry Creek team defense there. They had about 8 people that were going to sacrifice anything it took to keep the shot from even being on goal.
Let's come back and look at this one more time. It deserves it. Now, here you can see Loring making the first cross. The ball's on the turf, laying in front. There's Uppinghouse coming in.
There's one tackle.
Now the clear off Uppinghouse again. She pushes in. McPherson comes out and clears it. It's still down. Nice job that time by Holloman trying to get to the outside. Finally, the Bruins clear it. And the Bruins are on the attack in blue. Stepping to the inside and pushing up is Rogie. Rogie to the outside wing. If she can get it back, and she does. Rogie coming up from the fullback, making the overlap. Trying to cut it back is Katie Baruth. Baruth can't get it on. And coming all the way back and sending the ball out. It looked like it was either Uppinghouse or Hasemeyer. I believe it was Hasemeyer. Here's Loring again, creating a situation. Walker, the Blazer, up the middle, one-on-one with McPherson. Trying to cut her off. She cuts it back. It's a goal!
What a great goal! What a great goal! Oh, my goodness, Dan. What a great goal.
Tom, and that is exactly what you've been talking about, the explosiveness of the comeback out of defense going to the cross, and what a run that was.
What a play, first by Loring to Walker, the Blazer. Walker one-on-one. Broke through that defense, and then the thing I was impressed with, she kept her composure, cut it back, and then hit the wide open net.
Dan, being a forward, this is a spectator's dream. In the 5A game, we saw 2 amazing goals. Whitney Hollis, Andy Melly, and now this one. Julie Walker has had a fantastic season. She scored the big goals day in and day out, and Holly, you hit it on the head. The composure it took to cut the ball back across the grain and then finish it was absolutely big time.
27:36 to go. We'll come back and look at this score one more time. I mean, here's the play. Right here is Loring delivers the ball where it needs to be. Now look at Walker breaking to your screen right up the middle. She's just turning on the burners as she's powering her way up.
Takes
Right,
her
but
time.
here's the key cut right here. Boom. And McPherson did everything she could to get to it.
Absolutely, and you know, that pass from Anna Loring was right on the money. That's a big assist.
And the Bruins have been the aggressor, but Arapahoe comes back with the quick counter and the goal by Walker, who knew how to finish. Amy Jacobs in the middle. She'll settle the ball, look things over. Dishes it to the outside to McGuire. McGuire brings it back into the middle, and will send it to the outside again now. So Cherry Creek keeping its composure and trying to move the ball. She is losing the ball.
You know, Dan, you're absolutely correct. I was just about to say, I sure hope Cherry Creek doesn't get out of their game. And so far, that last attack was a good example of them staying in their game.
Look at Loring going again. She's going to serve up another one. Still on her feet with the left-footed cross. It's down. Nice job of clearing it. Ball still in the box, staying on top of it. And let's see
Kirk, in that sequence, I'll tell you what Kirk Bass told me. Key to the game for his team was getting to the ball first. And in that sequence, they got to the ball first. And that's what made it happen. You know, Cherry Creek looked beautiful coming down the field there. But the counterattack was direct and almost lethal.
Going into the game is Jessica Nelson. There's the cross, back post. What a job by McPherson to knock that one out. Look at Loring. Ball control, composure. Shot.
Wally.
Oh, my. What a play by Loring.
Can I just say that Anna Loring is in the zone? I mean, that girl is on fire.
I tell you what, you can say call this big time, guys. Big time.
She is absolutely on fire right now.
Tremendous composure. Bodied the ball. Looked where everybody was at. Here we go again. Now we got Loring, the playmaker. One-on-one. Loring still with the ball.
Ran out of steam, I think, there.
A lot of contact. McGuire getting knocked off the ball. Everybody down. Good quickness being shown by Catherine McGuire. And standing over the ball will be Ashley Marks, the junior.
Catherine reminds me a lot of Emily Rogers in that they both play a skillful type, kind of crafty, darting in, darting out kind of soccer. And they're both really fun to watch.
Katie Baruth, the outside forward for the Bruins. Big-time scorer as well. Has the explosiveness, much like a Walker, so you can't go to sleep at either end. Good shot there of Coach Bass. And Bass, of course, in typical shorts, no matter what the weather, he always has them on. It'll be snow on the ground. He'll still be out there in his shorts.
Sounds like Mark Purdue. I tell you,
Purdue from Green Mountain. Nice play in the box. Baruth looking things over, slips it over to Marks. Marks lines it up, still down, and they'll clear it. Again, I'm impressed, though, with Cherry Creek's composure to move the ball. They're not panicking as they close in on the goal.
Very well disciplined, and that's what I was talking about. If they can maintain this type of play, Dan, they should be able to connect.
Arapahoe has got to get probably more than one goal to win this game. And they cannot sit back. And with Cherry Creek's pressure, as you said, and their composure, they're going to get their chances. So I don't think this game will end 1-0. Maybe I'll eat my words.
We're sure going to enjoy finding out, though. Coming to the outside, Bruins trying to keep it in play, cannot do so. So the throw-in will come to the Arapahoe Warriors on the far touchline. Nice job. Megan Wheeler will take the throw-in. 23:41 to go. Warriors trying to counterattack. Bruins keeping it down their own end. Nice job of stepping inside as McGuire, trying to get it to Jacobs. Jacobs, little heel flick back to Marks. Marks has everybody lined up, sets the table. Coming into the outside position is Rogie, but she goes the other way. And Tom, I might have missed that. I'm not sure why she chose to go back the other side.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because the run was timed well, the ball was open, but an Arapahoe player stepped in and cut down the passing angle.
Exactly.
If number 19 for Arapahoe had stayed where she was, the ball was through. But she stepped into the passing lane, denying that ball to go across the field. You know what? She had to go the other way, and then she made a poor decision.
Exactly.
And that's good team
defense. And she had a
defense.
choice of going either way.
Absolutely. That's good team defense by Arapahoe.
And Arapahoe is notorious for playing outstanding defense. If you look at their game, I'll tell you, they're always right there. Their opponents, the most they've ever given up is 2 goals, and that was in a 2-2 tie against Rangeview. Everybody else, most they've scored has been 1 goal. They also beat the 5A champion Air Academy 3-1. Nice job defensively that time. by the Warriors, sending it up to the outside to Holloman.
I'll tell you, Dan, that player right there, number 7, Lauren Siren, is the unsung hero of the Arapahoe Warriors. You hear about Carrie Uppinghouse, you hear about Anna Loring. Lauren Siren has held this team together. She's been the heart and soul of this team, and I think everyone on their team would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's jumped in goal in games they've gone to penalties. She's jumped in goal when they've had a lead they had to protect. She's just absolutely had a fantastic season.
Coming into the game for Arapahoe is Stone and Hasemeyer.
Stone?
Yes, not the right Stone, Shelby Stone. Must be your cousin.
Actually, her dad lives in Dallas, about a mile from my mom in Dallas, Texas. The Stones are about a mile apart, yes.
I have another observation.
I know it's real interesting, but yeah, there's people out there.
But there's another observation I'd like to make out. And Dan, you and I, you've been here a number of years, and we have done many, many games. But I think the game today in the 5A, as well as so far this game, is probably one of the best soccer we have seen in years.
Well, the level of play has definitely stepped up. I mean, that's the big key, is that the level of play has stepped up. And you can see just by the crowd, I'll tell you, people are enjoying this game.
You bet.
All right, 21-23 to go in the 6A state championship game. Dan Kramer, Tom Stone, and Holly Schock with you. As we mentioned, the 5A state champion, Air Academy, winning at 2-0 on a goal in the last 45 seconds by Andy Meldy. Here comes Arapahoe with the cross. Uppinghouse pulling up from the mid-position. Shot stays down. Another shot going high by Sherry Cox. So the Bruins hanging in right there, and of course we saw a game previous to this one where Air Academy had the 1-0 lead. Columbine came back and tied it up. So in the way this one's going, Tom, anything is possible.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, with Amy Jacobs and Katie Baruth up front, they can be lethal in one counterattack. So that's why I didn't think this game would finish 1-0.
April Johnson going in for Julie Walker. Throw in on the far touchline.
Another freshman. We've called a lot of freshmen names today in both of these games. April Johnson, a freshman, done a great job.
We really have. Snyder had to throw in. Baruth coming back to the ball, staying on the ball. Katie Baruth trying to be knocked off the ball. This is an aggressive team. Loring can't get to it. Coming back is McGuire. McGuire does a nice step over, lets the ball go through, but good support by Stone as Stone comes over and pushes it up defensively.
Shut up! Drop!
Shelby
Nice
Stone,
job
Dan.
of selling it, but no way. Bruins get the throw in.
Shelby Stone, Dan, another freshman. And we've seen a lot of freshmen step up in these two finals and have quality matches. Shelby's extremely fast.
You know, the other key, too, I think, in Tom and Holly, is that the coaches are not afraid to play the freshmen in big games.
Absolutely not, Dan. You're absolutely right.
Championship T-shirts are available.
Get me also there in the center.
As well as the official state championship program.
Nice ball to the outside.
And season
Good job of pulling it back in is Ciaz. Ciaz still on the ball, crosses it deep. Jacobs is on the outside, but the ball is headed out by Arapahoe. And Marks will send it back to restart the offense, bringing it to the outside. Now Marks is back on the ball, looking things over. Can't get it to Uppinghouse. Look at Uppinghouse go to the ball. Uppinghouse, an outstanding talent. And Tom, there's a lot of players on this field that are going on to college to play at the next level.
You're right, Dan. There's a lot of seniors out there, and they're going to play some really quality places. I know that Carrie Uppinghouse is going to play for George Mason University. The girl who scored the goal, Julie Walker, is being heavily courted by some schools here in Denver. And I know that Jeff Hooker could possibly be in the stands tonight. And he's the coach of Denver University. And I know a lot of the fans would love to see her stay home and play for a quality program here in the state. And there's many others. We can get to them as we go.
Catherine McGuire that time was in the box trying to create an opportunity for her team. Ball still down on the turf. Good job of clearing it is the Warriors, and they push out once again. Trying to run it down that time is Rogie. Throw into the Bruins.
I can't help but think, Dan, as the ball gets switched from side to side on the Cherry Creek team, how absolutely deep they are. You know, we've been talking about a lot of players here, and all of a sudden the ball pops out to Summer Ciaz. She does a great little move and hits a great cross. And here's a player we haven't discussed yet that is obviously an extremely talented player, and they're all over the place for this Cherry Creek team. Every position is really solid. I know Summer's going to play college ball at UNC up here in Colorado. Amy Jacobs is going to University of San Diego State. So everywhere you look on this Cherry Creek team, there's a player with a lot of experience and a lot of talent.
17:49. While we have an opportunity, we'd also like to thank the underwriters who helped make this broadcast possible. The Littleton United Soccer Club, Cherry Creek Lightning, Cherry Creek High School Booster Club, Douglas County Soccer Association, Club Columbine, and Holly Soccer and Sports. And, of course, Holly joining us in the booth once again. And, Holly, we've been in the saddle for about 5 years here covering the girls state soccer championship games, and every year they seem to get better.
And we have Tom Stone with us for the last 3 years.
And he's holding up his three fingers.
I know.
You know, the good thing is that means Stone has been with the Foxes over these years.
But
so
that's why we still call him a rookie, though.
He is a rookie, right?
Still plays like one. Still gets paid like one.
Oh, there we go.
Dave.
That's okay. Of course,
No, we're glad to have
Tom
you,
Stone is coach of the Lakewood United Soccer Association. Also, we might mention coach of the under-19 girls team that has qualified to go to the regionals in Albuquerque in June, and several of these players are on Tom's team during the off-season.
Well, Dan, during the on-season, depending on which way you look at it, but I'm really concerned because the two captains of either team are both on our under-19 team, and in a week we're going to leave for a pre-regional tournament, and I'm going to make them room together.
Okay.
So depending on who wins, Uppinghouse and Jacobs are going to be roommates.
And the one thing we know is there won't be a tie in the state championship game. Good shot there, Coach Bass. Let's go to the rest of our underwriters who help make this game possible. Arapahoe High School Booster Club, Colorado Foxes, Columbine High School Booster Club, Air Academy Booster Club, Lakewood United Soccer Association, and a special thanks to Ralph Durgans. Nice cross, and Rachel Loring trying to run it down. She's going to send it back in, slips it over, goes down, and looks like Chris Shipley, not sure who the center ref is, but he makes the call.
Dan, about 8 weeks ago when this season started, Julie Walker hit a free kick from here, I believe against Northland, and about took her head off.
Well,
She can hit one from here. However, it looks like Rachel Loring is going to be taking it. She can also hit a good dead ball.
but I tell you what, if Rachel can connect, that means insurance for the Warriors.
Absolutely. Rachel Loring's been under pressure before on a great under-19 team this year and the year before. Was a state cup winner 2 years ago for the Riverside Renegades. Unlucky shot. But she's been in this kind of environment. She's ready to play.
15-16 to go in the first half. Arapahoe on top, 1-0 off a brilliant goal by Julie Walker off the assist from Loring. And Walker, a senior as well. We got a chance to watch her for several years.
Dan, we talked about in the last game when the ball was bouncing back and forth and nobody really took command. They had to get it in the hands of the players to get it done. Cherry Creek, to get back in this game, has got to get the ball to her, Catherine McGuire. She, in turn, has got to find Jacobs and Baruth. They've got to get back to the things that got them to this game. Right now, they're a little sporadic. They're not really linking the passes up they were early, Holly, and they're a little bit out of their game.
But you know, part of it, Arapahoe is playing much more of a high ball than they are a long low ball there, Tom.
A sophomore and freshman battling in the corner, and Stone, the little freshman, knocks it out. Quick throwing by McGuire to Baruth. Baruth looks things over, looks for the cross. It's a low-line drive. Pretty ball into the box. And the Warriors quickly threw her to the outside to Walker.
Well,
Walker one-on-one on the sideline.
You can't give Katie Baruth that kind of time. She is much, much too talented of a player. And again, they leave her open for the throw-in to come right to her foot. You've got to be all over a player like that and make her think that there's just no room to operate.
You know, I like Lauren Siren, who just cleared at that time, kicks the ball out of bounds, nonchalantly turns and walks back. And that's, again, we talk about the composure from both of these players. 13:50 to go. In the box, Stone, the freshman, trying to clear it. And finally, the Warriors get it out, knocking it down for the Bruins and moving it back inside again. Will be McGuire. And Tom, you know, it'll be interesting to see what you say about Katie Baruth, who's on the ball right now, what happens, because she's an explosive player as well. Uppinghouse takes her down, but little Katie bounces right up again.
Yes, she does.
But you know what I also see with the offense of the Creek right now is that they're still playing too much of a systematic game and not getting that individual effort from, like, Amy Jacobs or Kate Baruth. Win it, Terry! Win it, they both do it!
You can hear Coach Bast on the sideline encouraging his players. There's Baruth.
There's Siren.
Coming across to Rachel Loring. Loring unable to get control of the ball. And let's see who they go with. Yes, it goes to the Warriors with the throw-in. Coming inside to Walker. Walker back to Loring. Loring trying to bring it to the middle of the field, and again, really not taking advantage of the full field.
You're right. You know, Dan, the rap on Arapahoe over the past few years, they played a little bit too direct. And I happen to know from talking to Coach Bass that they've tried very hard this year to add a second and third pass. They don't want to go away from the direct game. They've had success with the direct game, but they want to have a second and third pass maybe before they hit that ball to the corner. There's no question it's helped them out this season. They've got a nice balanced attack now. Maybe they don't knock it around as well as Cherry Creek, but maybe they're a little more direct than Cherry Creek. So it balances out. You know, you're going to give some, you're going to take some.
On the outside is Ciaz, Summer Ciaz. She'll try to clear it. Marks on the throw-in for the Bruins. Lights are on here at Inglewood Stadium. We're in the 6A state championship game. 11:44 to go in the first half. Arapahoe Warriors on top, 1-0 over the Cherry Creek Bruins. And the Warriors are perennially in the Final Four. Just a tremendous soccer program. First led by Coach Johnson, who's now the assistant, and then Kurt Bass picked it up, and they did not miss a beat. This program, year in and year out, one of the best in the state.
Well, you can see that again, Dan, and Kurt Bass has done such a job. And you also must give credit to Stu Johnson, because he maintained his validity with the team, and he has done such an outstanding job working with Kurt.
Jacobs on the ball. Jacobs with a nice ball inside. Stone clears it. Everybody pushes out, gets out of the box. Loring one-on-one, cuts it back, has Walker, calls for the ball. Walker does, and she gets it. Here she goes again, inside, has it to the outside, and she can break it, and she does. Now you'll see the speed of a Julie Walker. She's taking it deep to the corner for the left-footed cross, and she gets it. Low line drive, coming in high, and you could see the Warriors coming into the ball, and that time maybe it was Holloman who got her head on it.
Dan, that was an absolutely phenomenal cross by Julie Walker. When she took her preparation touch, it was so far out wide, I thought, oh, she's never going to get this across. And she just slammed it across left-footed. That was very nice.
Nice job by Stone.
And this is exactly what Tom was talking about. The extra pass gets the ball up front.
See, that's the ball they don't want to hit. That's the ball when Julie's under no pressure. She does not need to play the ball. You can hear Kirk screaming from the sideline, carry the ball, carry the ball, carry the ball. He would like to commit a defender before they dish it off.
Arapahoe Warriors are fired up, even on the sideline. Holloman and Cox jumping up and down, talking to one another, maintain the intensity. Here comes Loring. Here she goes. One-on-one again with Bogey. Beats her again. Left-footed. Oh, what a shot. What a save that time. What a save. Looked like by Mara Torelli.
Katie Martorella, I think, is the one who...
I'd say give Katie Martorella credit, because that was a big-time defensive play. I mean, Anna had come through, was about to unleash a shot, and Katie did a great job of bringing that down. Now there's an opportunity to tell Carey to just
exactly, Tom.
Bring that ball down.
I tell you.
Coming back in is Sherry Cox. And, of course, Audrey Holloman is coming back in as well.
Aubrey's a senior. She's going to the University of Seattle next year to play college ball.
Good program there, Tom.
Absolutely. Great coach.
8:55 to go. And there's Meritorelli, who made that brilliant save on the shot by Loring. Into the middle. Up front to Walker. Walker staying with the ball, gets her foot on it. Looking for support from behind to the outside. Walker has Loring. Can't quite get the through ball to the corner. Stays in play. Can Loring get to it? It'll go to the end line. Goal kick.
There was a good play by Kathy McGuire, though, when she came back and cut off that pass.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. A big key, Catherine, getting into playing some defense. I got to think, guys, there's too much talent on this Cherry Creek team to not have a momentum swing at some point. The pressure Arapahoe's putting on them now to only go in 1-0 can really boost the level of intensity on Cherry Creek's side, because Arapahoe's got to think, gosh, what do we have to do to get another one?
But, you know, the other thing is, Tom, I've been really impressed, really not surprised, but by the momentum swings. Cherry Creek for a while was the aggressor. Arapahoe was laying back, playing defense. Now Arapahoe has become the aggressor, and Cherry Creek is falling back and having to play defense to save their lives.
You're right, Dan, and I think at the outset, Cherry Creek, with their reputation and their solid lineup and all that, I think Arapahoe was a little bit nervous, to be honest with you, when the whistle blew. and they kind of sat back, you know, the great save by Missy, huh? What a turning point that was. And then they get the goal, and they think, hey, we can play with this team. And now it's a matter to find out if they can or not.
7:29 to go. Clearing the ball for the Warriors is April Johnson. Sherry Cox. Cox has Loring to the outside, tries to get it to her. Let's see if Loring can keep it in play. She does. Nice left foot. No, over the sideline. And Shipley, Chris Shipley, the linesman, called that one out. The Bruins with the throw-in. And they'll send it all the way back that time to Nyosaki. Nyosaki sending it deep to restart the offense, up to Amy Jacobs. Amy Jacobs to McGuire. McGuire to the outside now. Goes to Ciez.
That's a trick. That's a trick Summer learned from Jacobs. Amy hands the ball about 4 times a half and rarely gets caught. Summer must just be warming up on those. I'll tell you what, you saw Amy Jacobs there showing what one of the things that makes her such a good player. She is so strong. You saw April Johnson just draped all over, and Amy just rolled her and kept going. Amy's strength is a real asset.
Well, you remember early in the game when she ran right through a player, didn't even phase her, just kept going like she was a fullback.
Absolutely.
The outside, trying to keep it in play, is Ciez.
Holly, that's a matchup I think we need to keep our eye on with Megan Wheeler out there with Summer Ciez.
Exactly.
Because Summer can do some stuff. I know in the State Cup final for club teams, Summer, it was a 3-0 game. Summer had a goal and 2 assists. Very quietly, I might add. So you talk about the big names, but Summer will come up and bite you.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to watch out.
Job. You bet.
5:56 to go in the first half here at Inglewood Stadium. Arapahoe Warriors on top, 1-0. Off a brilliant goal by Julie Walker. And we have seen just some outstanding play in both the games that we've had the opportunity to cover today. Nice crowd on hand. Throw in from the far touchline. Walker coming across to the ball. Nyosaki going to it and gets to it first. Drops on the turf, trying to look things over and set the table is McGuire. McGuire to the outside. Ciez will settle the ball down and look it over. She has Jacobs in the middle. Let's see if she goes to her. Goes to the outside. Nice touch on the ball. That time by McGuire, Catherine McGuire.
That was an absolutely phenomenal first touch by Catherine McGuire. She brought that ball down like she was using her hands. That was very nice.
Very talented young athletes out here on the turf. Uppinghouse with clear to the outside to Walker. Walker has the overlap to the outside. Let's see if she uses it. Hangs on to the ball, drops it back to Cox, and Cox will get it up. Trying to move it over and keep it in play, and it will go out for the throw into the Bruins. Loring came over, couldn't quite get to it.
Critical 4 minutes, Holly, in this game. Arapahoe goes in 1-0. They're streaming with confidence. Cherry Creek can get a goal. I would not want to play against them in the second half. The momentum swing could be tremendous if somebody could score in the next 4 minutes.
Wheeler sending it up. Look at Holloman. She was down. Now she's back up again. Here goes Holloman. Holloman on the move. Holloman goes down in the box. No call.
Good call. Good no call.
Good no call.
Good tackle. Great run by Holloman, but a great tackle.
You bet. In the championship game, you have to make them earn it. Jenny Rogie, the junior, made an outstanding play on that ball as Walker tried to turn the corner. To get a chance here, let's come back and look at it. Rogie and Holloman. And there's the ball. First hit the ball, then Holloman goes down.
Keep your eye on number 15 on this corner kick. They'll be aiming this for Carrie Uppinghouse's head. She's by far the tallest player on the field. And
Outswinger.
They don't get it to the far post.
Ciez sends it to the outside. Jacobs trying to get to it. Baruth will get to it. Nice play to Baruth. Baruth looking at it. Has Jacobs going up the line, but will bring it back inside. Carries it. Jacobs, there's the line. Baruth trying to get to it. It's a race to the ball right now, and April Johnson gets to it first for the Warriors.
You'd like to see April bring that down a little bit, Holly, and reset the attack. There's really no need to kick that one in the stands. They had 4 people behind her, and here comes Cherry Creek again.
Little Kate Perusa is having some game today.
Amy Jacobs with the left-footed cross. Brings it to Ashley Marks as she'll settle the ball. Looks it over, slides it to the outside. Loads up, shoots the gun. It's high.
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't have to be too high to get over Missy Melton's head, Bob. She was hoping that one went over. Wow. Missy, what a great kid. You guys, she's played forward all season. this year on the varsity, and she started playing keeper about 3 games ago, and has really been a lifesaver for him.
Come back and look at Mark. She loads up, just drills it. And you can see Missy Bella, she jumped as high as she could. She was still about 6 inches short.
I just want to say that was about a foot still.
But I will say that Missy is an excellent athlete for as not tall as she is, for one way to say it. She's an excellent athlete. As you saw in the one she saved.
2:14 to go. Sherry Cox will take the free kick, drives it deep to Loring. Loring just has brilliant foot skills. There's the left-footed cross. It's on goal. It's there.
Oh, my gosh.
It's
what a
there.
goal.
Oh, my.
Aubrey Holman.
Yes, the Loring with
Another assist for Anna Loring.
What a brilliant play by Loring with the left-footed cross. Holloman charged it and put it away. And so McPherson unable to pull that one down. And you can see the excitement on the Arapahoe Warrior bench because we are under 2 minutes. So with under 2 minutes to go in the half, Arapahoe picks up another one. And we'll come back and see if we get a chance. We'll show you that goal one more time. Here goes Katie Baruth. Baruth, one-on-one, steps through. And the tremendous counter, the quick counter by the Warriors.
Do we have verification who scored that goal? I'm here and over here. It might have been Julie Walker.
We'll come back.
They were all in on it, that's for sure. What did we say about a goal coming before half being crucial?
Here we go.
Here it goes. Loring with the left-footed cross. And McPherson goes out, can't get to it.
That's Julie Walker. Julie Walker.
Julie Walker one more time.
Correct. Julie Walker.
What a connection.
Left-footed shot, and Julie was brilliant.
Is that a beautiful cross?
Oh, my. Loring to Walker. What a connection that is today.
I'll tell you what, I can't say enough about Anna Loring. This is the best game she's had all season. She's on fire.
Throw in by the Warriors. Warriors on top, 2-0 now. With under a minute to play. McGuire on the ball. Nice job by Johnson. Just some brilliant play going out on the field right now. And that is the end of the first half. So some brilliant soccer being played by both teams. But right now, the Arapahoe Warriors on top, 2-0, as Loring and Walker have connected 2 times for some just outstanding goals. Arapahoe Warriors on their feet applauding the outstanding play. We'll take a break.
High school activities outside the classroom are extremely appealing to students, and they provide an essential tie to school. Yet a school budget shrinks, a few of these activities are lost, denying some young people an important first taste of achievement and self-worth. The Foundation for Colorado High School Student Activities makes sure there is ample opportunity for fulfillment outside the classroom. You can help our schools guide our children's futures by contributing. Call 344-5050 to show your support.
Welcome back for the second half of the girls' 6A state soccer championship match. Cherry Creek has yet to score. Arapahoe has 2. As you can see now, the skies have cleared. We started off with cloud cover, but it's turned out to be a beautiful day. Also sitting in with us now to open up the second half for a few moments is Janae Durgantz, a former Heritage player and also played at the University of Hartford, was an All-American, and on her way to becoming a doctor as well. And Janae, we'll get you here in a second, but Katie Baruth was making a run down the sideline. And Janae, nice to have you here with us for a little bit. How you been?
Not too bad. Just got back about a week ago. Enjoying it so far.
Does this bring back memories for you? Jacobs in the box, and it goes over the top, off the cross and the header. But, of course, Janae, you played in the state championship game yourself.
Yeah, this is the first time in 4 years that I've been back in the stadium since we lost. But it's some memories, but it's good to see that the soccer's still good quality.
While we have a chance, let's come back and look at that cross, if we can find it. Here we go. 39:05 to go. And Janae, you went on to play, of course, at Hartford. You had a great career there. Talk a little bit about this year. This was a great year for your school.
Yeah, for the first time for any university team, we made it to the Final Four, and we beat University of Massachusetts in the quarterfinals at home in front of a record-breaking crowd, I guess. And unfortunately, we lost to Duke 1-0 in the semifinals, but it was still an experience, and it's, like I said, the first time any university team has made the Final Four. So.
Well, when you think about trying to get to the Final Four, there's a lot of teams that were home not there, so obviously a very successful year. Have you had a chance in the first half? What were your impressions of the first half, Janae?
The ball control is pretty good. I mean, I was impressed to see that they could, you know, the passing and everything was as accurate and everything. The 2 goals that Arapahoe scored were excellent goals.
Just brilliant. Holloman right there almost had an opportunity yourself, Holly.
I tell you, Dan, what Cherry Creek needs, and I think what Werner Ely, coach of the Bruins, probably has talked to his girls. He says, girls, we have controlled the game with our passing game. Arapahoe came through, scored the 2 goals on it, but we're going to need some individual efforts, maybe by Amy Jacobs and Katie Baruth. I think that's the key for them to connect at all if they want to get back in the game, Dan.
I would agree. You know, Janae, you had a chance. You played at the high school level, went on to play at college. What is the biggest difference that you noticed between the 2 levels?
One is conditioning. I noticed a couple girls coming over to the sideline to get water, and you don't see that as much in college. The level of play, I mean, the speed is a little bit higher. I mean, not a lot, unless you get some really, really, like North Carolina type teams. And the ball handling is, you know, not quite so many long passes, 40, 50-yard passes. You just don't see it. It's more balls and throughs and, you know, right to one player to the next.
Anything that you see for the young listeners that are out watching this game that you would suggest to them? Nice shot on goal again by the Bruins. Missy Belich there with the answer.
Well, as for anybody who wants to go on and play for years and years, especially in college, keep yourself in shape, keep yourself healthy. Don't be intimidated either. You have to be strong out on the field, both mentally and physically. So, and on top of that, just keep up your ball skills all the time.
Janae, do you feel also that on a college level they play a little bit more of a physical game than they are in high school?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've had to, being that I played sweeper for all that time, you find out that you get tossed around by people unless you lift weights. You know, I never really weightlifted before I got to college.
Okay, and it's probably also you don't get as much the calls being a more physical game on a college level than you do in high school from the referee.
Yeah, they tend to, well, it depends. Some refs you get, they're going to call the littlest thing, but most of the time you're going to get them to ignore little shoves here and there that you'll get calls for in high school.
Well, Janae, it was nice of you to come by and visit again. You have a little bit of a break. You're hoping to go on and study and become a doctor. Success with that.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Janae Durgans, and also Janae, hello to your dad. All right, and you can see again the Bruins trying to put on some pressure. Tom Stone of the Colorado Foxes will step back in with us, and Holly, it looks, at least now it looks like the Bruins start to get a little bit more momentum and to attack and start to take on some of that individual effort you were talking about.
Exactly, Dan, and that's exactly what the Bruins have to do if they want to get back into the game, because if they lay back and wait for the last 15 or 20 minutes, it's not going to happen because fatigue will set in by that time.
35 minutes to go, and Holly, you and Tom, and we remarked at the beginning of the game that the pace of the game was extremely high, and whether the Bruins could maintain that. You talked about the fact the conditioning was good, and here you can see the Arapahoe bench, and they are definitely into the game. They have not sat down the entire time. Another shot on goal. Nice save by McPherson for the Bruins.
And Dan, this is what the key is. If you have a team who can pass the ball and execute well, but if you can't get any shots, like we just saw from Arapahoe, who scored, there's a shot coming up, and that's a well-played shot.
Very
Keeper had a tough
well-played
time
shot.
on taking control on that one.
Laid out very well. 34-23 to go in the second half.
Now, Holly, we talked about in the last game the proper strike of a ball Carrie Uppinghouse is one of those players that was taught at a young age how to strike a ball. And that shot's a great example. I mean, it had little to no spin. It was probably knuckling a little bit, right off her laces.
And even though it was right on the keeper still had her hands full to keep control on that ball.
She did, and you know, this may seem like a small... Oh, here we go. Frustration setting in.
Megan Wheeler and also Summer Ciaz going at each other. Wheeler just kind of reached up and grabbed her and pulled her down. Of course, Ciaz not happy with that. And Stu Johnson's all the way down the line making some comments. That's a tough shot. Ball was knocked down nicely by Wheeler, and it's brought out to Walker. Walker one-on-one with Snyder. And Loring with the trip from behind as Marks goes down.
It was you see the replay with Summer there. The thing about Summer is she backs down from no one. And she did a great job of regaining her balance and getting up and winning the ball, and Megan simply grabbed her. Summer is way too competitive to just let that go by. I don't want to see her get thrown out, but I like the way she fought in there and hung tough, because she's got to be a little bit frustrated.
It tells you one thing, too, Tom, that they're still in the game.
You're absolutely right, and I wouldn't want to wake the sleeping giant.
Here goes Walker one more time and can't get to it. Nice job that time of clearing the ball.
What I mean by that, the sleeping giant, is that if Creek could raise their intensity to the level of Arapahoe's, they could form a comeback. But right now, Arapahoe still has the intensity.
They really
do. If they
do.
can maintain that for 32 minutes, they're going to be state champs.
They also seem to have the formula up front to get some good shots off.
Yeah, you're right.
Nyaski has done a good job of trying to clear. Walker with the long drive to the far post off the backside, and that one will bounce over the end line. Loring with the high kick. And so once again, Cherry Creek will try to restart their offense and regroup. They have 32 minutes to try to get 2 goals to at least tie the game up. Good shot there of Kurt Bass, the head coach from Arapahoe. And Bass, very experienced coach. Loring steps in with the header. Walker turns, nice move. Nyaski will send it back to McPherson.
I'll tell you what, it is great to see Meredith McPherson playing in the goal today. She's a super, super kid, and we're all real happy to see her here in the final. That's from us here to her family and everyone that knows her.
Nyaski sending it deep. Quick throw into the Bruins. And a throw in down the line by Ciaz. A lot of contact going on, no call. As Ciaz comes up with the ball, gets it to the outside to McGuire. And that time, Lawrence Siren did a good job of clearing it to give the Arapahoe defense a chance to set up behind. They come with the corner kick. It'll be an in-swinger. McGuire right on target. Nice job, but Sherry Cox was there and headed out. Amy Jacobs, she's got a bullet. She does hit it, but Walker steps in and deflects it. Here comes Katie Baruth with a shot.
Oh, I tell you what, a bullet.
What an absolutely phenomenal play by Cherry Creek. The ball goes in.
Katie Baruth.
The ball goes in to number 9, Ashley Marks, and instead of turning it, she lays a brilliant ball back to Katie Baruth.
And Katie knew exactly what to do with it.
She took it to the side, got it where she wanted, and hit it. They can do more of those things. They're going to be right back in this game.
30 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the girls 6A state championship game. Dan Kramer, Holly Schock, and Tom Stone with you. Air Academy won the 5A game 2-1.
One of the few games that Air Academy lost this year was to the Arapahoe Warriors.
Lost 3-1 earlier in the season.
There's Shelby Stone. That's a matchup, Shelby versus Katie.
You're right.
Low center of gravity, both strong and fast.
And both determined.
Absolutely.
Last year, of course, Baruth played in the state championship game. Outside, Walker trying to break it to the outside, can't get to it. Quick throw in.
I tell you what, you know what?
And Snyder, the junior, the nice piece of work there, but couldn't get the ball.
You know what I like about Katie Baruth, Holly? She's dangerous all the time. She's not just dangerous every now and then. Every time, we talked about players get the ball, you get excited.
Exactly.
You get excited when Katie gets the ball because she's dangerous constantly.
And she always seemed to have a different move on her.
That's a good point.
Nice job of staying ball side that time by Snyder. And Nyaski Nyoski came up and cleared the ball. 29-13 for the Warriors. Ciez with the throw-in. And let's see if there's a substitution taking place. Yes, there will be. As Summer Ciez, the senior midfielder, will go to the sideline.
Anna Loring going over, isn't she?
And coming into the game will be Whitney Mick, also a fullback, a senior. And Mick with her knee heavily taped. Ball goes to Mahalik. And Mahalik sends the ball back to Nyoski. McGuire trying to chase it down for the Bruins. Drops it back to Mahalik.
That's a great ball.
Here comes Jacob. Amy
Good
content
pass.
to drop it back to Marks. Back up to Jacobs. Jacobs sliding through. And a hard play by the Warriors, and we have a player still down on the field. We'll try to pick up the player for you.
I think it's Sherry Cox.
And the whistle blows. There's siren.
I think it's Sherry Cox, Dan.
And let's see if we can pick that up.
I don't see her on the sideline. And no, there's Sherry in the middle of the field. It's not Sherry. Sherry's number 13. It's definitely not her. It's number 9.
Loring, Rachel Loring. As she went in to slide into Amy Jacobs. Let's come back and we look at this collision. Now here's Marks. Marks puts the ball to Jacobs. Jacobs going after it, and then you can see Loring right there, and she takes a shot.
I'm not sure where she got
Jacobs
it.
after the ball. I think she may have taken it to the face, to the head.
It looks that way. Well, this is not a player. Look at Arapahoe out in the middle of the field. You can't see him on the screen, but they are in a tight huddle. Cherry Creek players are kind of standing around. And I'll tell you what, Arapahoe is sorting it out, and Kirk Bass does not want to lose Rachel Loring at this point. She's one of those seniors with a heart that he's going to be counting on for the last 28 minutes of this game.
There they are, walking off the field. It looks like she may have taken a shot to the
She got a boot to the face.
Yep.
Trainer Jim Otto taking her off.
And as we talked about, Amy Jacobs, very strong young lady, will not back off as well. While we have this opportunity, let's mention our underwriters of today's broadcast who helped make it possible. We would like to thank the Littleton United Soccer Club, Cherry Creek Lightning, Cherry Creek High School Booster Club, the Douglas County Soccer Association, Club Columbine, Holly Soccer and Sports, Arapahoe High School Booster Club, Colorado Foxes, Columbine High School Booster Club, Air Academy Booster Club, Lakewood United Soccer Association, and a special thanks to Ralph Durgans. Baruth dropping it off, 27-37 to play, and it will go over the end line. Goal kick to the Warriors.
As we did in the 5A, where if Creek can't get back into it by about the 15, 16-minute mark, the game starts to slow down. Arapahoe starts to take the air out of the ball. They start to kick it out of bounds. They know how to close the game out. Creek hasn't been in this situation all year.
They have not.
And a big part of their comeback has got to come in the next 10 minutes to be able to mount an attack in the final 10 minutes.
Really need to put one away here to get themselves in a position to do something. Nice job by Marks to Baruth. Baruth.
You saw the onslaught that Columbine was managed to put on when they got ahead.
Exactly.
When Cherry Creek gets rolling, they can score in bunches.
Oh, they can, absolutely.
Walker to the outside. Looks like to Holloman. Holloman with the left foot. Or comes up front. There's Holloman. Nyoski. A lot of contact. No call. And
Another good no call.
You bet. We've seen one on both sides.
Yeah.
There's Holloman. Audrey Holloman. Outstanding player as well. As we mentioned, just so much talent on the field. Coming into the game will be April Johnson, and going out looks like is Sherry Cox.
Well, that's a great example of Jacob's strength. She looks both ways before the ball gets to her, knowing full well what she's going to do before she gets it. So many players will make that decision after they receive the ball. She makes that decision early.
Stone and Baruth, you can tell those two have been going at each other for years.
Probably not going to go off and have a burger after the game together.
So,
To the outside. The Bruins will take it. And looks like it will be a throw-in. So there's Baruth.
Now, Uppinghaus is out of the box. There, she's dropping back now. They need to leave her about the top of the 6 so she can get everything out that comes in towards Jacobs.
Baruth is going to take the kick. Drives it online. Look at all the Arapahoe players just break through. Ball's down, and they clear it. Nice job of clearing. Everybody breaks out. Kurt Bass had everybody back in the box to make sure there were no loose ends. In the middle to Walker. Walker has Loring on the right side, tries to go through on the through ball, and it's a race between Loring and Snyder. Snyder gets to the ball, and she'll clear it on the outside, and it'll be a throw-in quickly to the Arapahoe Warriors with 25:03 to go. And Holly, you're talking about that individual play. Right now, the Bruins not able to really put any good combinations together.
And I don't think they have the stamina left, Dan, because some of the passing has been, except for Kate Baruth, has been doing some excellent play. But out here at midfield, everything is being just kicked away instead of starting out at midfield with some.
Well, Dan, you know, Holly, you're right. In the beginning of the game, when they were moving and the blue machine was playing its game, Catherine McGuire was on the ball. She hasn't been near the ball at all the last 15 minutes of this game, and she's such a talented player. They've got to find her feet with the ball. You know, we've said that, I guess, in both games. You know, find the players that have done it for you and give them the ball.
Jessica Nelson comes into the game, and looks like Holloman is coming out to take a rest. Quick throw in, header by Uppinghaus. Misses that. Here comes Walker. Walker loading up the left foot. Another shot. It's good. Unbelievable. The hat trick. The hat trick by Julie Walker. You can see it coming, Tommy. She loaded it up with the left foot. And Bellage not able to get up on that one.
Arapahoe Warriors now lead.
But that's power soccer, Dan. Absolutely.
You talk about a shock, but you could see it. I could see when the ball laid out that Julie Walker had another goal. You could see the way she approached the ball. You talk about striking it. Well, take a lesson right here. Here comes the throw in. There's Uppinghaus who missed it. Najowski trying to clear it. Now look at this. Here comes Julie outside the 18. Left-footed power shot. Goes over the top of Marks. And Bellage gave it everything she could. I mean, McPherson, I'm sorry. McPherson gave it everything she could and just couldn't get high enough to get that one. Brilliant, brilliant shot by Julie Walker again.
You know, the thing is about Julie, it couldn't have happened to a nicer kid. This girl loves her team, trains her butt off, and she is a no-nonsense player. I mean, she's the kind of girl you love to coach. I know Kirk Bass, she is one of the favorite players he's coached throughout the years, and her attitude is just tremendous. You know, the hard work that she's put in is paying off because she's had an outstanding season.
Good things happen to good people. Good work ethic always pays off.
You're right.
And Julie Walker with the hat trick. I mean, now these aren't just your everyday goals either. They have been spectacular.
I tell you what, I know that Jeff Hooker's here, and I know that he was interested in her before. He's probably going to have the scholarship sheet right there as she leaves the field.
Can I get your autograph, please?
What a performance.
Signed on this line right there, guys.
Right.
What a performance.
Yeah.
Oh, my, I tell you, though, if there's anybody else, this is a game to send off, because I'll tell you, there should be some other major colleges looking at this young lady based on the play she's had today. And she's strong, she's fast, and has great instincts.
It's interesting that you say that, too. I know the last game, a friend of mine who coaches at SMU, Alan Kirkup, requested that the tape from the 5A game be sent to him because he's interested in Emily Rogers and Andy Meldy. And it's a good tape to send to him. I'm going to send it to him as soon as we can get a copy, I guess. Dan, if you'll allow that.
You bet.
And he can get a good look at both of those players. And this tape can be used, I guess, for any of the colleges.
Oh, you betcha.
There's a lot of talented players out there today.
Definitely. Mahalik trying to clear that one again, pushing everybody out. McGuire to Baruth. Baruth has moved back to the midfield.
I tell you, an interesting thing about Katie dropping back, a lot of times when forwards get frustrated that they can't get enough of the ball, they'll come back into the midfield and look for it. And if you're the other team's coach, you love that, because the further away from the goal Katie Baruth is, the better.
Exactly.
I mean, if Ty Ford would play center mid, teams would love it, because he's too far from the goal.
Tyfer Deanne, the outstanding rookie player last year, was rookie and MVP player of the year. This year in his second year, an explosive player that Tom was talking about. But I think right now Werner Elig is just saying, hey, I've got to try to do something. I can't stay status quo. That's not working for us. So at least he's trying to make some plays as we're down to just over 20 minutes left in the 6A Girls State Championship game. But I'll tell you what, that last goal by Julie Walker may have been the closer.
I think you're absolutely right there. And also, I think you had Amy Walker and you had Katie Baruth up front. They have certainly played a good game, but the defense of the Warriors have been just too strong. They just couldn't penetrate. And we never did see a great shot on goal by the Bruins.
Actually, the first shot.
Right at the opening game.
Now, Holly, there's 20 minutes left in this game, and you're writing them off.
Well, no, I'm not writing them off. I think fatigue is what's going to be against them today.
And I also think you have to look at history, too, Holly. The most goals that Arapahoe's given up this year has been 2, and that was only one time against Rangeville.
They're going to have to give up 4 now.
Now they have to give up 4. Yeah. Here comes Walker. Look at the run. I mean, this is just sheer individual effort. Tremendous run by Hasemeyer coming back across. And good instincts again by Walker, who picked it up. Hasemeyer battling, but McGuire comes up with the ball. Nice job by McGuire to try to change the field. Here goes Baruth. Knocks it down, has Jacobs in the middle. Jacobs stays down. Look at the youngster go. But nice defense being played by Siren. Siren does her job and then goes back and starts again. Lauren Siren is just a junior.
Take a look at Catherine McGuire and Lauren Siren. I mean, it's 3-0, and both of those 2 players in those last 2 defensive sequences were outstanding. Their effort was tremendous. That's the kind of thing, if Catherine could instill in the rest of her teammates right now, they could try to make a comeback. Because don't ever count Jacobs out, don't ever count Baruth out, don't ever count Summers out. You just can't do it.
Well, we saw in the one of the semifinals games, Air Academy was up 4-0. Green Mountain came back and made a run at them, had 3 goals. And then in the other semi, it was 4-3. So, yeah, the game's not over. But I tell you what, as that clock continues to run, the time is running out.
Arapahoe just keeps coming.
Bruins. You bet they do. Look at, there's Julie again.
Well, all you need to say, Tom, is you got that fantastic defense from Arapahoe and the explosive offense.
Right. You know, another thing that I think was important to Arapahoe coming into this game that I heard him talking about was that they had to frustrate Cherry Creek by being physical and being direct and doing all the things that Cherry Creek maybe doesn't want to play against. And if this game continues the way it is for 18 minutes, this is the most intense state cup final that I've covered. Or state high school final that I've covered. Because they're so intense from the opening whistle, Holly.
Absolutely.
They have not had a letdown.
You hit it right on.
And you can't beat a team like Creek unless you're going to be that intense. You just can't do it.
Well, I think you have to give credit where credit's due, as Kurt Bass has done a tremendous job of focusing these young Arapahoe Warrior players.
And I think focusing is a magic word, Dan, because you have also that mental aspect of it, the preparation of the
17:36 to go.
What a great move by Summer.
Nice combination by the Bruins. Nice shot. It'll go wide.
See, and you know what? That's not a bad idea. Put some people in the box and lob some in there and see if Missy Bellish can come out and get them. Because the way they are now, their attack takes time, does it not, Holly?
Absolutely.
They like to knock it around. So it's time to be a little more direct, get the ball in the box, and see if something can happen. Because it's going to take something like that to get them back in the game.
Uppinghouse in the middle. On the ball.
Good ball.
Is Megan McGuire. The outside, looks like Summer Ciez cannot quite pick it up on the far outside.
Got a corner kick, I think, Dan.
Anna!
And it'll be a corner kick, and you can hear Coach Bass calling for Anna Loring. Get back in. You've been out long enough. There's Coach. Here's the set. The cross.
Oh, good cross.
Post, it's up.
Oh, Missy Bellish, unbelievable.
And it's clear. Nice saving, clear. That time
Goal line save, 5'4", or whatever she is, went up in a pile of people and brought that down. Would you look at her?
All right, Missy.
That's phenomenal. Now, let me just remind you that you're seeing the good side of her. If she turned to the other side, you'd see that golf ball. Oh, my.
Banged into the goalpost.
That was a fabulous save.
Let's come back and look at it one more time.
Watch her go up in the crowd.
Nice set.
Slap this ball down. Get out of here, she said.
Goes up amongst the trees.
That was fabulous.
And I couldn't quite see who made the last clearing shot.
I thought it was Siren, Dan. I'm not sure.
It may have been Siren.
I'm sure it was.
Good shot there of the Arapahoe Warriors. And on top right now, 3-0, and feeling very good as they're in the catbird seat. Dan Kramer, Holly Schock, and Tom Stone with you.
Dan, you mentioned Megan McGuire a minute ago on that last play. She's also a senior. She's going to Colorado College in the Springs, which is perennially one of the best Division I teams in the country. I believe they went to the final a couple of years ago.
They sure did.
So that's a tremendous thing for her.
There's a goal! There it is!
There's
what
one.
A play by McGuire. Jacobs tried to get the header on it, and McGuire's laid it in.
15-24.
Unbelievable play. We talked about it.
What a great hit.
And when we get a chance, we will come back and take a look at it one more time.
Jacobs actually got the assist. Catherine McGuire actually finished it.
Brilliant play. Here we go
Jacobs,
one more time. Let's go back and look at it. Now here comes Baruth. Baruth is setting it up. Look at the cross by Baruth. Goes up. You'll see Jacobs come in.
She had
Take it off her head. Now, here's McGuire. And McGuire volleys it in.
Great finish.
Catherine McGuire.
Absolutely fabulous finish. You know, isn't it great to see that the players that have done it all year step up in the final and do it here? I mean, it really is.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
3-1.
Being able to do it under pressure.
Wheeler with the ball.
Foul.
Play on. No call.
Don't let this girl shoot it. Ooh.
And she goes down.
Well, I got to say, the ref missed that call big time. Carrie Uppinghouse was mauled, and that's a foul, no question.
Nyoski taking it to the outside. Here comes a Creek attack one more time. The wing is there by Megan McGuire, and Siren just comes over and clears it, gives the defense of the Warriors a chance to set up behind her. So the Warriors might even pack in a little bit as they have a 2-goal lead.
Well, I tell you, they play with 3 forwards. They'd be wise to drop Anna Loring back a little bit into the midfield and solidify that, because you don't want to get this team rolling. Look at Summer Siez. By no means in her mind is this game over.
And maybe even play a little possession.
Yeah, if they can, absolutely. Now see, here comes another serve. This could be dangerous.
Throw in from the far line. It looks like Katie Baruth is going to take it, and it's going to be it'll be a free kick for the Bruins. There it is. It's up, it's high, it's down, and good job of clearing it by Walker. Mahalik sent it back into play.
That's a big play by Mahalik. When that ball bounces out, to have her position right there and put it right back into the mix is put a lot of pressure on Arapahoe. That's a great play by Mahalik and great defensive positioning.
Here goes Julie. She's got Loring. Loring trying to put it back in the middle as she knew Julie was coming.
Yeah.
Goes back to McPherson. McPherson will have to punt it out of there.
They've got to get back. The 3 Arapahoe forwards are going to have to get back.
There's Uppinghouse. I tell you what, though, Tom, they're just continuing to attack. They're playing that aggressive style of soccer. You know, and sometimes maybe that's the best approach. You don't lay back and let the other team attack. Hasemeyer has the wing and Loring, but doesn't drop it out to her.
No, you're right. That's a decision of a young player. She's got to get that. See, and there's a decision of a senior.
That's right.
Great ball by Megan Wheeler, getting the ball out wide where there's less people. They've got to get the ball out wide. When you're ahead and you're protecting the lead, the flanks are your ally. Keep it out of the middle where the other team can hammer you, especially when you've got great players on the wing, and Anna Loring was out there waiting for that ball.
12:26 to go in the game.
Great ball by Megan Wheeler.
Corner kick by the Warriors. And if they get one more here, that will just salt it away. Then it'll go back to 4-1. They'll have that 3-goal lead. The Bruins will need to counter, and counter in a hurry. Here comes Julie Walker, who has just been brilliant. Header.
Oh, my.
Uppinghouse.
Are you kidding me with that?
Woo! Brilliant play by Uppinghouse.
I'm going to have a problem convincing my fellow players that I can head as well as she can. Wow, that was big time.
Ball to the outside.
Get on it, get on it.
Sending it down the line.
There she is, Lauren Siren. Every team's got an unsung hero, and Lauren Siren, Maggie Cawley from Columbine, Lauren Siren at Arapahoe, no question.
Mankemeyer
from Air Academy, you're absolutely right, and Sullivan.
Ooh. And they clear that one.
Anna Loring got away with one there. That's a great ball.
To the outside. Baruth cannot keep it in play. It'll be a throw in for the Warriors.
Oh, did you see Jacobs? She gave that ball and she wanted it back.
I know.
And they chose to go the other way. She didn't get it back. I think that's a little frustrating.
10:32 to go in the 6A state championship game. Julie Walker making a run. Sending it back to McPherson. McPherson
looking for 4.
Yeah, they are looking for 4. A hat trick's not enough for this young lady. McPherson will punt it out of there. Ball up the middle. And Kurt Bass wants to make a substitution and bring in the freshman Carrie Bracken. So Bracken will come into the game.
I'll tell you what about Carrie Bracken. She's a player to watch. She's a freshman that's going to have some real quality years at Arapahoe High School. I've seen her from time to time this season, and she can play the game. She hasn't got much of a chance because of the forwards that Arapahoe has, but she can play. She's a talented player.
A little pushing going on that time.
What a crop of freshmen that are out there this year.
It's incredible.
A lot in the Final Four. You look at Rebecca McDowell from Wheat Ridge, and there's a couple more from around the state that have just had great years.
You know, it's interesting how you do have years where you just have a lot of talent.
Yep.
And this happens to be one of them.
Just shows you that the women's soccer in Colorado is just getting better and better every year.
Boy, you can say that again.
It just shows.
8:59 to go in the game. Little header back to McPherson. McPherson punting it out of there to restart the offense. And Arapahoe just continues to attack. They feel very confident, and they're dominant right now. McGuire up to the middle. Nice job of handling the ball.
Good ball by Siez.
Look at here, the left wing. She sees it. She gets through.
See what I mean, Holly?
Here comes McGuire trying to turn on Wheeler. Shot high.
See what I mean? Katie Baruch, dangerous. Every time she touches the ball.
Every time, you're right. Every time she has the ball, she knows what to do with it.
And look at her.
And look.
If the camera was on her now, she's screaming at her teammates.
I know.
Ashley Marks is screaming. Cherry Creek has definitely shown some heart. You know, I know they're down 3-1, but they're not giving up.
No.
Baruch going out of the game right now, actually.
Now she's going to scream from over there. But she's a great kid.
Julie Walker on the ball. She'll send it deep, and taking the brunt of that one is Ann Snyder. With the throw-in, it'll be Hasemeyer. Walker off the head. To Snyder. Walker has a wing. I don't know if she sees it. Yes, she does. Couldn't get the through ball. Nice job defensively by the Bruins.
Yes. What a beautiful ball.
Here goes McGuire. She sets it back up, chips to the middle. Jacobs can't get to it. Again, Tom, I'm not quite sure why McGuire didn't carry that one deeper to the corner and try to make the cross.
She get it now.
Nope. Summer can shoot. There's a great play by Ann Snyder there. Again, the ball pops out, and she manages to be in the right place, brings it down and puts it right back down Arapahoe's throat. That defensive positioning is so important.
Holloman going after the ball, and Marks comes up. Holloman knocks that one out, so it's a throw-in to the Bruins.
That's a player who will never quit, Aubrey Holloman. Never quit. She may not be as flashy as a Baruch or a Jacobs, but she will give you 110%.
And she's also just a very tough kid.
Yeah.
Plays very aggressive. Into Jacobs. Jacobs back over to Marks. Marks trying to step in, steps over the ball. Looks to the outside.
Good ball by Ashley Marks.
Has some support.
Very nice.
Sia's down the line. Trying to get to it is Megan McGuire. And nice play by the Arapahoe defense once again. So we'll have a throw-in with 6:17 to go. And the Warriors on top, 3-1.
Holly, I think content now, and there's no reason for her to actually be pressing this ball.
No.
Just fall back to midfield, try to make it predictable for your defenders, force them to one side.
Exactly.
Get the ball out. Remember, they got to give up 3 goals to lose this game. They don't have to go forward with numbers.
Talk about the midfield. There's one of the reasons. Right there. Walker on the ball. Need to control the midfield, and the Warriors have done a pretty good job of that. 5:40 to go. Walker on the ball.
Boy, talk about someone who's dangerous. She's still going.
The Energizer.
You think she'd had enough?
We've given Julie a new name, the Energizer. She just keeps going and going and going. 5:22. They'll send it back to McPherson. And Meredith will punt it out of there.
Oh, good challenge.
A lot of contact going on. Pretty play there. Jacobs just trying to go on through. I'll make that Ciaz, I believe.
I'll tell you, Megan McGuire made a great play there, getting it and flipping it up to Jacobs, and I think the ball was touched by the hand of an Arapahoe player.
That's the only thing I could.
Yeah, nice play by McGuire.
Very nicely done.
I don't know if you noticed, but Missy touched the crossbar there.
Yes, she does.
She did.
problem.
Yeah, she's
No problem.
got a little adrenaline going.
Yep.
Must be this goal's a little bit lower than the other end.
No, I heard that she can routinely touch the crossbar. I can't, but she can.
Stone comes in for Wheeler. Wheeler goes out. Loring comes in as well, and Hasemeyer goes out. And Julie Walker finally gets to take a break as she goes to the bench with 3 goals.
She'll be back in.
Jessica Nelson comes in up front for the Warriors. So 4 minutes to go. Kurt Bass
Trouble.
giving some of his players a rest. You're right, it's down deep.
Ooh, that's a foul.
And you can hear the crowd very much into this one. There's the cross, down low, set, clearing shot, a lot of contact, and there is a call, yes.
Ooh, I didn't know which way he was going to call that.
And the Bruins, though, have not given up. They'll continue to
I didn't think
go on.
Julie would stay out too long.
And here's Julie. And what a game. You know, you talk about your last game as a senior, and you score 3 goals. Let's take a look at this one right here. Comes to Marks. Marks goes at the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And
she
you
went
can
down.
see that one. A lot of
That's
contact
big
as Sherry Cox took a shot to the shins on that one. 3:07 to go. And Cherry Creek will have to be looking for some type of a miracle play now.
Well, I'm almost say you can put this into the record book.
And here they go again, making the run. And the pass a little bit shy.
It's okay, Dan. Every time down the field is more time off the clock. At this point, that's all they're concerned about. Except for Holloman, who'd like to get another goal. Good work.
And the other thing is, too, if you keep it down this end, keep the pressure on, the Bruins have that much further to go to try to score.
You know, the key to Arapahoe's victory was the pressure that they apply on people. It's their trademark, and they've added a few things to their game, and if they're the state champions today, they are very deserving of it.
The student body has come down on the field for Arapahoe with still 2 minutes left in the game to play. Now, if that's not intimidating to the Cherry Creek players, I don't know what is.
Reminds me of the Regis boys. They used to do this. It was great.
They're
It's high
saying,
school
hey,
sports.
You bet. Yes, here they go. They're going to take a run. Clock is now down on the field with the referee. We're under 2 minutes left to play. Baruth on the ball. Baruth just a sophomore.
It's a good ball.
Very good ball. Handball by Jacobs.
There it was.
Picked it up.
Nice play, though. Well coached. Tommy, that's well coached.
There it was. And I knew it would happen at some point tonight.
Claudia, she set it up nicely.
Yes, she did.
The ball was by her. That was the only thing she could do was knock it down.
Oh, good call.
There they go. ball off with the shot. The Bruins. And Holloman now just happy to clear it. Give him a chance. Down under 1 minute to go. And you can see we gave the student body a chance to participate in the broadcast there. And
there goes
they were
Summer.
very vocal. The Bruins, though, still continuing to go after it. That's why they're in this championship game. They've had a brilliant season. They're 18-2. And the Arapahoe Warriors will wrap up their season undefeated at 19-0-2.
I tell you what, Stu Johnson's won a lot of championships for this high school. This is Kurt Bass' first. And I think we all got to congratulate him because Stu has done such a great job over the years, and I think it's a lot of pressure on Kurt. And to put this behind him and win his first state championship is much to be congratulated.
I think you're absolutely right, and I'll second that the high end of it, Tommy, and Dan will do the same thing because, and you know, you must hand it, Kurt Bass came into the program with a completely different style of soccer, but he eased it. He didn't force it.
Right.
He eased it, and like you said earlier, Tommy, he added this extra 1-2 pass to it.
Absolutely.
Brew trying to put it in high and goes over the top. And it's nice to always get the monkey off your back, but Kurt Bast has prepared his teams well over the years.
And so is Werner. This is the second year in a row he's been here. The team has played well, and Cherry Creek has had a great season.
Absolutely.
A great season.
And Werner, of course, also coached at Arvada West, where
he has
he's
done
won
some
state
great things.
championship, you bet. So he's building the program, and they're here in the championship game again. Nyaski bringing the ball up the middle. Marks to the outside.
Boy, Mark sure is a nice player. She's had a good game tonight.
Trying to make a run right here, but right now, the Warriors just wait for that clock to run out, and I'm sure they're going, how long does it take? 2 minutes.
I'll tell you what, that 2 minutes can seem like an hour.
I thought it was only under 20 seconds, but this seems a lot longer.
Yeah, I think he's probably playing a little injury time when Rachel Loring went down.
That's true.
There he goes.
Had a brilliant game in our first opening game in the 5A.
He's going to blow it.
Where Air Academy wins it 2-1. In this game, the Arapahoe Warriors.
Look at this student body. Great game.
Just a great game. Tremendous effort by the Cherry Creek Bruins, who you see on screen now. And also by the newly crowned Arapahoe Warriors. Final score, the Arapahoe Warriors 3, the Cherry Creek Bruins 1. All 3 goals with this young lady right here. I couldn't believe it. You started off the game. I watched you as a freshman, Julie, and here you are. You scored 3 goals. Could you imagine in your senior year, the last game, you scored 3 goals?
No, I can't. It was pretty amazing to myself, too, you know. I don't know what I did, but...
Some days those things happen. You know, your team was so focused. Any particular reason why?
I think just because we wanted it so bad, and we had our heart, and we were proud to be out here, and it was just everything that we had. We wanted it so bad.
Hey, you were totally awesome. Not only you, but your entire team. But a tremendous game, the championship, your state year. You couldn't wrap it up any better.
No way. It was the best feeling ever.
All right, let's talk to the man here. Kurt, we go back a few years as well. A lot of things have been said about the club. You finally get that state championship game, and how good it must feel.
It's great to carry on a tradition. I was telling somebody earlier, this is for the boys 2 years ago. It's for the girls 2 years ago. This is because of the Arapahoe family. ABK is the fans you saw tonight. It was so great. Awesome.
But no individuals. It was truly a team win from the student bodies all the way down to the players.
It is, and that's our strength. I mean, we were able to go deep to the bench. We were able to go to each other and look for positive things and work right from each other. It was a total team effort.
You know, not only was it a championship season, but it was an undefeated season as well.
Yeah, that part is very special to us, especially with losing keepers and doing what we were able to do.
All right, Kurt Bass, final score once again. The 1993 champions, Arapahoe Warriors 3, Cherry Creek Bruins 1.
Jeanette McDonald and Nelson Eddy. They made love